Hello again. Well, it's that time of year I'm going to be making some sugar cookies, so I thought I'd show you my easy recipe that I got from the Minnesota Rural Electric Co-op cookbook about 40 years ago. I started using it then and I've never used anything else, and it's very well received by people. So what I have here, there's 4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 cup of shortening. In my stand mixer, I'm going to be putting 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons sugar, 2 eggs beaten, 1 teaspoon soda, 1/3 cup milk, and a teaspoon of vanilla. The first thing you want to do is turn your oven on to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you're going to mix this together. I'm going to add the baking powder and the salt, and then I'm going to put it together like you might do a pie crust, a normal pie crust, or making biscuits. You can use this, you could use your hands, which I may end up doing, but you're just cutting the shortening into the flour is what you're doing, and you kind of want it to be like pea size or littler when you're done, and it's doing pretty good there. So I watch a lot of British cooking shows, so I'm going to do it how they do it now. They just do this and work it in. It feels pretty good too. Now I'm going to show you a couple things today. One is I'm going to have a video right after this showing you how to make a sugar cookie tree. I did it last year for the first time and people went ape on those trees. Kids ate them a layer at a time. I think this is pretty good. And I want you to be able to order the cutters ahead of time if you don't already have them. That's why I'm doing it this early. Okay. That is set to go. See how you can see the little bits in there? There, very good. There. In my concession to getting older, I'm 68 and a half, I've started using a stand-up mixer. It's easier when I have to do a lot of baking. My forearms are still strong, but this just makes it easier. Okay, this is 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons sugar, and to that I'm adding 1 teaspoon soda. Baking soda. I'm just kind of mix that together a little bit here. Next I will add and put it on the stand. I will add 1/3 cup milk, 2 eggs beaten. Now when you beat the eggs, you kind of I just do that, but you want them to come smooth. That means you've got them mixed together well and they're not lumpy. You'll see, if you don't mix it well enough, it'll be clumps. So we're going to put this in. And our vanilla. I'm going to put that on the stand and combine it. There we are. I whisked it all together in the stand mixer. Next I will add these and mix it until it's nice and smooth. You're going to want a clean, smooth surface, and you sprinkle some flour down and grab some dough. It's just a wonderful consistency. There we go. Now you're just going to cut out your cookies. If you've never done this before, the flour keeps it from sticking to the counter, which I'm hoping it doesn't do. Alright, so I'm going to make some this size. Well, then I'm going to make some littler ones. If I have leftover like that. There. They are going to go on my beautiful cookie sheet. There we go. We have a lot to make here. I'll probably make a lot of them the bigger size, but I'm going to do something special with the next video, and when I make those I'll show you. I'll show you one more batch, then I'll get moving without your supervision. Just roll them out. You don't want to go too thin because they tend to break when you're frosting them if you do that. There we go. I'm going to shut you off now until I fill the cookie sheet, and then you can see what's happened. So you can see here I have 1 tray loaded. Now I didn't spray anything on the bottom. It doesn't seem to need that. But let's get these in the oven. So this is the amount of sugar cookies I got out of 1 batch. Normally I would do this and I'd get about 3 dozen cookies. But I'm going to make some different things. We're having a Christmas hymn sing at our church coming up, so I'm going to be making sugar cookies for that, so I'm going to have different sizes. And some of these are going to be used to make a Christmas tree out of sugar cookies, which I will show you in another video. Now I timed these, and I think they were about 11 minutes. But you're going to want to go by how big is your cutter, how do you like your cookies. I don't like my sugar cookies to snap, so I like them soft. So I don't cook them maybe quite as long as other people would, but I think you'll see, let me see. See, there's a nice little brown on that. I'm hoping you can see that. The next step will be to ice them. I'm going to be using my mom's frosting. I think it's just a regular buttercream frosting, but I actually found some amounts. I usually just eyeball it, but this is going to be 2 cups of powdered sugar. Sometimes I do this. It makes it a little smoother. I think you can buy powdered sugar already sifted. Let me add another cup. Now, you add 2 tablespoons of butter to 2 cups of powdered sugar. There. Alright, so I'm using the tried and true method to work in the butter. Now, usually I never measure this, so if you're just going to want to make a big batch, you just want to be able to see some yellow flakes in there. You work it around till it's good. Now, she doesn't say how much milk or vanilla to put in. I always eyeball it. This is the tricky part, because if you get it too thin, you can kind of doctor it by adding more, but always start with too little. It's better to do it that way. This is the fun part. The frosting's made. It's a nice consistency. You'll see how it spreads. I ended up using 3 tablespoons of milk and a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Alright, so depends on how thick you like it, you just frost them. You can color the frosting. Then I sprinkle some of that on. People think it's magic when you've got some sprinkles on it. I don't know why. So I'm going to finish doing some more. Here we go. Sugar cookies ready to be eaten. You see, I still have more to do. I'm going to finish those up. But these cookies, I quadrupled the recipe for the icing. That's how much you need to do the whole batch of cookies. But it takes a few steps here, but get the kids involved. They especially like putting the sprinkles on. So what I do with these is I put them on cookie sheets, freeze them individually, so then I can put them in bags and pull them out whenever I need them. They freeze really well. Well, I hope you enjoyed the sugar cookie recipe. I thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.